Hello YouTube, Jose Carlos back with another video for JPAT TV, and today we will continue where we left off doing our Metal Gore 90. Now using our pattern, we're going to use the pattern to trace it 4 more times. That way we can get our 5 gores. So now we have our 4 gores. As you saw me right here with these markings that I have, every time you were marking the gores, every time we cross the 3rd line and the last line, you remember how we did our center punch holes? We're going to do those center punch holes on the same place on each one of these gores. So now using our center punch, we're going to put punch holes on each one of these markings. Now using your metal snips, you cut them all out. Now right here we have our 5 gores already made. So what we're going to do next, we're going to crimp and beat them. So right here we have our crimper and beater. So for our very first gore, we're going to beat all the way around. And then we're going to crimp only from the 3rd line to the 5th line where we made our center punch markings. So here we have our first gore already made. You see it has bead all the way around on one end, and on the other end it only has from the 3rd line from where we marked our center punch to the other. Also, one thing I forgot to mention, make sure that you only crimp 1/2 inch, because the other gore is going to sit on top of here and you don't want to crimp too much. That's why we only gave it an extra inch. So it could be 1/2 inch of the bead and 1/2 inch for a crimp. That way it can go over the other one. And for our next 3 gores, or the middle gores, we're only gonna bead from the markings from the 3rd line to the 5th line, and we're also gonna crimp only from mark to mark. So this is for the middle gores. Okay, so here we already have our 3 middle gores. As you can see, each one of them have bead only to the marking from marking to marking, and then they have crimp on the other side, also from the marking to the marking. So for our last gore, this is going to be the last gore, and this one goes over everything. So on this one, we're going to make a double bead. On one side, the bead is only going to go from the markings that we've been following, but on the other side, we're going to go bead all the way around. That way it'll seal on top of the metal jacket or on top of the 90. So here we have all our gores already made. One more thing, if you don't have a crimper, what you can do instead of crimping it on the side, or if you also think it's easier, you can notch half an inch instead of crimping it. Some of the beaters, they don't have a crimper, or sometimes it doesn't work. So your other alternative to work with, it's your notchers. And now we're ready to install our gores. So as you can see here, I have the first gore already in, and I used the 1-inch straps that we have. You can use this 1-inch strap to put it in place to wherever you want, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna drill your gore. Once you already have it set, you can drill your gore with using your screws, or also if you have 5 bands, you can. With each gore, you can put a band on each gore, tighten it up as much as you can or you want, and then once you're done, then you can put all your screws in. So that's pretty much what I'm gonna do here. I just wanted to show you that I'm using the band just to hold the gore in place for now. So here we have our gores already installed, so our 90 is complete. And one more thing also, a few tips I wanted to say. On the bands that we use to install it, you can also use some of the aluminum bands that you use for your metal jacket, or stainless steel bands or whatever. And you use your bender, tighten it up as much as you need to, and then you can go ahead and do your screws. Or you can put 5 aluminum bands, tighten it up all with your bender, and then you do your screws over it. Also, another tip is make sure you always waterproof it, which means always start from the gores from the bottom. So you go from the bottom up, that way rain comes down, all the water slides off, it doesn't go into your insulation. Also be careful with your screws whenever you're doing screws, especially with a drill like this one. This is a 18 bolt drill. Like I've said before, you don't need a drill this strong. You can get away with like a 9 volt or a 12 volt. Be careful with your metal jacket. It's real sensitive. If you're pushing your drill too hard, you might end up bending the metal jacket and you might damage it. It's not going to look as clean. If you enjoyed the video and you learned something here today, please don't forget to support it with a like. Also, if you have any comments or suggestions for future videos, please leave it on the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notifications so you'll be notified every time we post a new video. Thanks for watching.